Buddy Lance Russell and Dave Brown. And by golly, we're off and running, ready to go with another big week. Championship Wrestling, David.
Oh, get ready, because we got the Rock and Roll RPMs coming in here in the opening match. Be going against the Bryant brothers later on. We will have a couple of six-man tag team matches. Before that, the Memphis Vice are going to be here. One of those six-man tag matches features a team from the Far East, the Japanese guys of Akio Sato, Tarzan Goto, teamed with the great Kabuki. Then later on, Big Bubba and Goliath. That's almost a 10-man team right there by itself.
It really is something.
And an expiration time main event, also a six-man tag team match. In that one, you will see a team of Jeff Jarrett, Pat Tanaka, and Billy Travis should be a goodie.
Brother, I'll tell you, that's no slouch of a team either right there. By golly, if we're going to get it all in, guess we'd better do it. We'll take time out. Be back with Championship Wrestling action in a moment. Interesting one. Rock and Roll RPM, David.
Yeah, original Mike Davis will say it. Yeah. In the ring right now, we are set to go with this one fall 10-minute time limit match. Introducing first at a total weight of 474 pounds, wrestling out of Bartlett, Tennessee, the Bryant brothers, Randy and Robert, and going against them at a total of 454 pounds. They wrestle out of Atlanta, Georgia, Mike Davis and Tommy Lane. The Rock and Roll RPM.
Bell time.
They're the ones that say they're the originals. There's some doubt about that otherwise. Let me tell you, that's Mike Davis in there starting right now against Randy Bryant. Mike Davis calling for a boot. Tommy Lane obliges. The tag is made, and for the Rock and Roll RPMs, a double team Randy Bryant. Boy, he's choking the stew out of him. Tommy Lane in there for Rock and Roll RPMs. Head bounced off the top turnbuckle. Tommy Lane going after Randy Bryant. Bryant and into a double forearm. They make the tag, and this is Mike Davis. Davis snapped Randy Bryant down to the mat. Upper arm across the top of the head. Drove Randy Bryant down to the mat. Randy's been in there all the way for his brother Robert has not been in yet. As the Rock and Roll RPMs have been able to keep Randy pretty much on their half of the ring. Well, he got hit right in the face with a forearm. Randy needing to get over to the corner and get the tag on his back. Rock and Roll RPM continue to work on Randy Bryant. Reverse neck breaker by Mike Davis. He helps him make the tag. Here comes Robert Bryant, and Mike Davis grabs him before he got through the ropes all the way. Grabbed him by the hair, takes him over near the corner, and Tommy Lane grabs him by the hair while he's smacking him with a right fist. Referee's telling him to keep that fist open. Remains to be seen if that'll do any good. Referee wanted to break back on the ropes. That's what the counting was about. Robert Bryant tried to get Tommy Lane off his feet. Didn't work. Tommy Lane forces him down to the mat instead. 2.5 minutes gone in this one, and so far it's been all Rock and Roll RPM. Tommy Lane in there now, Mike Davis in the corner.
They came out feeling nasty today. You can hear them out. Be sure you say original Rock and Roll RPM. Bad attitude.
Right fist, no doubt about it. The referee saw it, and he warns him about it. Both the Bryant brothers, rough day here. Rock and Roll RPM. There's cover, but the right shoulder was up off the mat. Referee doesn't even start the count. Robert up in the air. Drop him down across the knees. There's a cover by Tommy Lane. 2 and 3. 3 minutes 20 seconds to time on it. Rock and roll RPM walk out of here with a victory over Robert and Randy Bryant. Again, the time on it, 3 minutes, 20 seconds.
What do you think about that, Big Shot, huh?
3 minutes, 20 seconds, you got the victory.
That's
there, no
exactly
question.
right.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen us not get a victory, huh?
Well,
We're
I
tired of
haven't
you.
seen all your matches.
We're tired of you. Every time we come out here, you're showing somebody else's video. You're talking to somebody else, and we're tired of it.
It's a funny thing you should mention that. I've got a video that I'd like to put up here. It's a brand new one, and you know the name, The Fabulous.
What are you doing?
Yep, we want to take a look at it right now.
Caught you in the act, can't put up with that. Messing where you shouldn't be. I wanna hear you say you're sorry. Nobody changes, baby, to me. You're missing the mark, shooting in the dark. I'm pulling the wool from my eyes. Baby, you push me further. It's gonna hurt you if it happens twice. It looks good. You'll be lying on the floor. You'll be begging me, please, baby, don't hurt me no more. Love to kill. You'll be reeling from the pain, and you never lie. Love to kill. Living on the edge, hanging by a thread. I'm watching every move you make. You don't wanna see my anger, so don't you make another mistake. Love is on the line, I ain't about to be kind. That's a promise and a threat. If I was you, I'd really cool it, or risk a night to never forget. It looks to kill. You'd be lying on the floor.
Well, there they are, the fabulous one.
All you do is beat Big Shots and blue jeans, brother. That's it.
They can do a little bit more.
That's what.
They get the ring, I'll
Well, I'm going to
guarantee.
tell you something. I'm going to tell these idiots something. I'm sick and tired of hearing the fans. Who are the fans? Who are the fans?
The fabulous ones everybody knows. You can
Oh,
tell.
here
Frankie.
comes the funk again.
All right, now you
What do
guys.
you want now, Smothers?
Lance, I'm still a little bit hazy about what happened last week.
You're not clear in your mind what happened last
No,
week?
really. I was just wondering, would you have that tape of what happened?
Just so happens I've got the
What
tape.
happened?
Well, if you guys will stand here, we'll take a look at what happened last week with Tracy.
Why don't you stay off the telephone? What?
I've been sitting back here, and I've been listening to what you said about the Fabs. Let me tell you something, guys. I was trained by the Fabulous ones, and I know them well enough to know that they don't have to sit down and look at no magazine to copy you guys.
He knows when they got
That's exactly
started.
right. I know when they got started. All these people know when they got started. Jackie Fargo started the Fabulous
Oh,
ones.
Jackie Fargo.
And as far as wrestling ability goes, you guys don't hold a candle to them.
Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Big Shot Tracy Smothers, Mr. Young Superstar. We got a message for the fans, and since you're such a good friend of them, why don't you take it to them?
Hey, come on! Eddie!
Tracy Smothers being pummeled there by Rock and Roll RPM.
Hey, come on, let's get somebody out here. They're killing Tracy in a ring. Yeah, that pretty well reminds them.
Baby, huh? Did you get your little tail kicked? Is that what happened to you, Smothers, huh? Is that what happened? Yeah, stuck your nose in where it didn't belong. Well, I tell you what, big boy, we got another message for the
All
fans.
right, now don't
Would you
start
like to
that
take
again.
this one to them too, huh?
Wait a minute, guys. No need for that. I got a friend
2-on-1.
Let me tell you something, lads. I got the message. Stan and myself were in the state of Florida, and we got the message. And the message came from a real personal friend of ours. And let me tell you something. We've dealt with this for the last 5.5 years. You know, Jackie Fargo put us together right here in Memphis, Tennessee. And this is our home. We consider this our home. You know, a lot of teams have come up and they picked up magazines and they've seen pictures of the fabulous ones. They've seen Jackie Fargo and they said, well, all I got to do is put on a tuxedo, a bow tie, and a top hat, and I'm going to town and I'm taking belts. Well, let me tell you something, RPM. I brought this message UPS, and I'm standing right here in front of you. If you got any guts at all, you'll come right back out here right now because there's two of us. Tracy Smothers is like a younger brother to us. We trained this young man, and for him to come out and stick his neck out like he did last week on TV does not go unnoticed by the fabulous ones. Jackie Fargo called us immediate, and let me tell you something. We are here, and we aren't about to get away without getting a chance at you out here.
Steve, boy, what a delight to see you back, partner. The fabulous ones. We're looking at Steve Kern and delighted to have him. I think he got the message across. We'll take time. I'll be back in just a moment. Wednesday, Evansville Coliseum. Boy, I do like triple main event. I got to tell you a secret, though. This triple main event is a quadruple main event. You take a listen when I get around to the whole card. One of them is going to be a coal miner's glove match. It's going to have Jeff Jarrett going against the sheep herder, Jonathan Boyd. Now, that's where you put the pole up there, Jonathan. Put a glove that's got lead right on top.
Explain it to the morons. You put lead inside the glove, and you put the glove up on the pole.
That's right.
And you know why I want this type of match?
You have to climb up
No,
there.
bloody Jeff Jarrett was instrumental in getting rid of Bigfoot, but you're not going to get rid of me, Jeff Jarrett. I'm going to keep pounding your bloody face in until you look like this, a piece of bloody human hamburger, and then we'll see if the little girls want to look at you. I'm going to make you eat your bloody words every time you talk about me on television, Jeff Jarrett the brat.
Well, you're going to have to see if you can get up the pole before he does. There's going to be a tag match I'm going to love to see. Rock and roll RPM. We're talking about Mike Davis, Tommy Lane,
Right.
And they're going to be going against Tracy Smothers, bringing in Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Tommy Wildfire Rich. Smothers, your phone bill must be $4,000. You've called everybody that you know. Well, calling Tommy Wildfire Rich isn't going to do you any good either. Because what we started with you, Tracy Smothers, I don't care if you bring in the entire world, we're going to tear you apart right there in Evansville.
Okay, we'll find it out. Rock and roll RPM. And then we're going to be looking for a match that'll have Downtown Bruno's large men going against Jerry Lawler and Big Lou Winston.
Okay, now, we all know how I feel about Jerry Lawler. He's a Cleveland Brown fan. He's a goofball. Well, let me tell you something about Lou Winston. It says right here in place of 65 PSI. The guy's a brown clown. He's a goof. He should be on peanuts. He's an idiot. Looks like a refugee from Sanford and Son. He used to chase watermelons and ghosts around in our gang. Well, I'll tell you something, Winston. You're going to pay the price, and so are you, Lawler, you punk.
Well, I heard what you said, but we'll have to see whether it's going to take place Wednesday night in Evansville. Oh, that tells us who is coming out here right now, Dave. There he is.
It's Boy Tony, the one and only. He's throwing the soap out in the audience here. Watch it, they'll throw it back at him. Watch. They didn't throw it back yet, but they will. Maybe when he gets in the ring.
Boy Tony making his grandozio appearance. He's not the only one that can make an appearance. I recognize that music too. JB and Big Lou, the Memphis Vice. There it was, Dave.
Soap flying back in at Boy Tony, yeah.
They hit the reject button. Boing, came right back out at him. Back up into the ring, ready for the introductions. I don't know whether you'll have time.
I don't think we do. I think we're just underway here. It's Memphis Vice. Jerry Bryan and Big Lou Winston jumped into the ring. Run Boy Tony and his partner Tony Burton out of the ring. Boy Tony says he's mad. He came by here and says, I'm mad now, and he's heading back into the ring. Hello, yeah, they made him mad, he says. Tony Burton, his partner. Tony Burton, the ex-ninja, now wrestling out of Nashville, Tennessee. Boy Tony out of St. Louis, Missouri. Bryant and Lou Winston out of Memphis, Tennessee. We are now 45 seconds into the match, and not much has happened since the bell sounded. Little hair pulling by Boy Tony. He had a very good shot of it right there. With the shoulder, Jerry Bryant puts him down to the mat. Boy Tony lets him go by, tries to set. Bryant reverses. Good move for Jerry Bryant. Follows with a drop kick. Here comes Tony Burton. Burton also a victim of the flying feet put on him by Jerry Bryant. And there, a double high five by Bryant and Lou Winston. Jerry Bryant just waiting, challenging Boy Tony to get back into action here. Memphis Vice has made the tag. Big Lou Winston in there now against Boy Tony. Lou Winston bouncing Boy Tony around that mat. Tony Burton also bounced around the mat. Burton has not been in there officially, and he hasn't been in there for long in the times that he came in there unofficially. He jumps in there, and it's not long until he is run out of the ring by Jerry Bryant and Big Lou Winston. That's Lou in there right now, waiting over on the right of your screen. And Tony Burton is now officially in the match after receiving the tag from Boy Tony. Lou tags Jerry Bryant. Bryant with a headlock. Tony Burton is a big, mean wrestler. He's quite tall. Taller than Bryant. He can put the hurt on you. Off the ropes comes Jerry Bryant. He ran into an upper arm. Tony Burton covers, counts at 1 and 2 is all he gets.
It was interesting to see the Memphis Vice in their last match on television. They had previously stated, Bryant had said, man, we're not going to tolerate these guys continuing to interrupt our matches. And I was pleased and surprised that they didn't call anybody, even if it was Big Bubba and Goliath. They were right on him, brother. They were letting people know exactly what they're going to take and what they're not going to take. Bryant right now taking a little more than he would like to. Boy Tony whips him across the ring. Oh! And into that. Hang on, Big Lou.
I think, look at Lou going against both of them here. All 4 of them in the ring. Look out. Here comes Big Bubba and Downtown Bruno. This match is over. Memphis Vice are going to win it on disqualification. Big Bubba slammed Jerry Bryant.
Tony Burton and Boy Tony working on Big Lou while Big Bubba abusing Jerry Bryant. Downtown Bruno up on the ropes in the corner.
Big Bubba. King threw him out of the ring. Now, Lawler coming over to help out Lou Winston and Jerry Bryant. Tony Burton and Boy Tony. Boy Tony with his purse in hand leave the area. Disqualification. Memphis Vice get a victory here in 3 minutes, 47 seconds of action.
Big Bubba comes rolling in the ring to do some damage, and the King came around to add a little impetus on the other side of the ring. I loved it. Speaking of Jerry, let's take a look at a brand new video with Jerry the King Lawler. Yes, sir. Brand new one with Jerry the King Lawler. After doing a fine job in the ring to offset the interference of Big Bubba in there, Jerry back out with his crown in hand. Thank you for the help in there, Clement.
Okay, I want to talk for just a minute about this great kabuki. Do we have a little bit of...
Yeah, let me run a couple of tapes here. One, this particular match was Pat Tanaka against the great kabuki, and it's interesting to look at.
Yeah, let me take a look at it.
Saw Tojo out here, and Tojo was not involved in the ring. Uh-oh. Tojo flips a nunchuck in there to the great kabuki, who moves in behind Diamond. Slips it around his throat. Rushes in. And there goes Tanaka. Jab down with that nunchuck. Talking about disqualification. He's got no business with that in there. Choking Pat Tanaka. Paul Diamond being blasted with that kendo stick. Here comes Lawler. Going after Kabuki, and now Tojo. Lawler helping Tanaka and Paul Diamond out. Yeah, that was a match with Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka against Tojo and the Great Kabuki. And again, you were a friend indeed.
Well, that's not the end of the story, though. I had a real important match later on that evening against this jerk Big Blubber here with Eddie Marlin in my corner and this little wimp Downtown Bruno. The only way you could lose is if your corner man threw in the towel.
Right.
And then we had a little interference from Kabuki in that match.
We got some tape, yeah. Let's take a look at it. Unbelievable. Always has had that ability to hang in there and come back. Sneaking up on the ring apron, the great Kabuki. Kabuki with a nunchuck while Marlin and Downtown Bruno are arguing. The referee's out with them. And there's no authority in the ring as Lawler does not know Kabuki is getting ready to take him out of there with that nunchuck. Lawler in an earlier match got into it with Kabuki. Oh, there's the mysterious green mist sprayed right in the eyes of Jerry Lawler. Kabuki with Yamamoto blinding Lawler with that green mist. Jerry can't see, and Big Bubba continues to beat on him. Lawler's head being drilled off the mat. Jerry still cannot see. Bubba hammering him around the ring. Kabuki adding his red mist, as a matter of fact. I said green mist, but that red mist right in your eye. You don't care what color it was. It sure burned.
No, that's exactly right, Lance. I don't like to lose matches under any circumstances, but especially a match like this when I felt certain that I had the match won. You know, this is an important match with this Big Bubba, especially in the fact that the man had to throw in the towel in order for you to lose. Now, you know, I don't blame Eddie at all because he was doing what he thought was right, and as a matter of fact, you know, I'm glad that he did that because when you mess with somebody's eyes, as Jerry Jarrett certainly knows, and I'm sure a lot of people out there know, you know, you're fooling with something then that's really a precious thing. Nobody wants to have any permanent damage done to their eyes, and at the time, all I know about that stuff that he sprays in your eyes is that you know, it feels like your eyes are on fire. Now, he sprayed some green stuff in Austin Idol's eyes and did some sort of damage where he had to be off for about 3 or 4 weeks. You know, fortunately, I went straight back, washed it out, and my eyes burned for a couple of days, but I don't think there's any damage done. But at the same time, I don't, you know, that's something you don't mess with is a man's eyes. And if Kabuki thinks that I'm going to stand still for something like that, then he's got another thing coming. Now, I'm going to face Kabuki in this big match coming up, and what it boils down to, Lance, is the winner of this match is going to get a World Heavyweight Championship title shot. Now, everybody here also knows how long and how hard I've fought to get these title shots, and they're few and far between, and you finally get to a point that if you don't win that belt, it gets harder and harder to get a title shot. And so this is another opportunity that if I can get past Kabuki, then I'm going to get a shot at that title. Now, I'm not selling Kabuki short. I know he's one of the toughest men in the sport. He's got a reputation that's worldwide. But Kabuki, I got a reputation too. And the people, brother, in this area know exactly what I can do and when I get mad. And I can tell you this, if you don't think you've made me mad, you got another thing coming. I'm not out here screaming, I'm not ranting and raving, but all I got to do when I get in the ring with you is think back exactly what you try to do to me, brother, what you try to do to my eyes, and I'm going to pull that strap down, and Kabuki, then you're going down, I can assure you that.
Okay, Jerry, look out. He may try to pull the same thing with the eyes. I know that you know that. We'll be back in just one moment. Oh, boy, I am loving what I see coming in the Evansville Coliseum. Give you the whole card in just a second. You folks around Hopkinsville, be sure and pay attention because January the 2nd, it's coming your way. Yowza, Championship Wrestling coming right out there to the Western Kentucky State Fairgrounds. We'll have more on that a little bit later as we get closer to it. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum, stand by for this. Tony Burton goes against Pat Tanaka. Paul Diamond against Boyd Tony. Coal Miners glove match. Jeff Jarrett and Jonathan Boyd trying to get up that pole, trying to get that glove. Rock and Roll RPM against Tracy Smothers. His partner, Wildfire, Tommy Rich. Jerry Lawler and Big Lou Winston of the Memphis Vice going against Big Bubba and Goliath with Downtown Bruno at ringside. And then an 8-man explosive tag match. Now, that's where falls count anywhere. You're talking about Jarrett, Travis, Diamond, and Tanaka against Sato, Goto, Boyd, and Yamamoto Wednesday. We've got a 6-man tag match coming up. One side of the ring, you're going to be seeing Sato and Goto with the Great Kabuki as the third man. And obviously, Tojo Yamamoto will be in the corner. And here's the manager of Sato, Goto, and the Great Kabuki.
Well, Lance, I want to tell you something. Jerry the King Lawler been here for a long, long time. And he's the king. You understand?
I understand. I know that very well.
All the wrestlers came here to wrestle Jerry Lawler the King. He had defeated all the wrestlers, including some of the top name wrestlers like Hulk Hogan, Jack Briscoe, Dory Funk, and also the big giant Andre. You understand?
I hear it all.
In order to be in that line, like I said, I respect the King Lawler. That's a great wrestler. You understand? Mm-hmm. But there's one wrestler is in this way, and that is Mr. Kabuki, the Far East wrestler. And he's one of the greatest wrestlers in the country today. And he is the only wrestler that blocking Jerry Lawler. In order for the winner from this match will be, and we're going to game again, and then they're going to have the world title match, right?
That's right. They've got a match coming up where the winner will get a shot at the world title.
Yes. Like I said, I give Jerry Lawler a good recommendation. I know he's good and everything, but Mr. Kabuki is one of the greatest wrestlers in the country today, and I predict that Mr. Kabuki is going to dethrone and get the world title match, and he's going to be the world title. Well, like I said, it's not easy. You know what I mean? It's not easy. I know the king and everything's good, everything. But like I said, Kabuki is the greatest. And I respect Lawler and everything, but I tell you what, Mr. Kabuki also told me that he's going to not only beat Jerry Lawler, he's going to torture, and he's going to throw the brains away, and then you know what? He said he's going to deteriorate, and he's going to hurt King, and he's going to put King out of commission, where Mr. Kabuki will have the title shot.
Okay, Jojo, it would be a lot better if he'd leave those nunchucks in a corner and not bring them out into the ring. We've seen him do that before, too. We're about ready for the six-man tag match. There is the great Kabuki climbing up on the edge of the ring, coming in right now. Tarzan Goto and Akio Sato, David.
And against the way, Maddox, Jameson, and David Johnson are surveying the situation. Referee Jerry Calhoun waiting in this six-man tag team match. You got to have one from each team in there, and that's all you're supposed to have in there at one time.
I'm glad you said supposed to.
Supposed to, yeah. Doesn't happen that way many times, especially when you're dealing with a team like this Far Eastern team over here. Ojo Yamamoto, their manager, in the corner. Bell sounds, and here we go. Jim Jameson starting for his team against Tarzan Goto.
Well, I hate to say it, but I got to say against a team of Sato, Goto, and the great Kabuki that their opponents' chances are, like they say, slim and none, boy. Hey, look at Jim! Jameson showing me up as he comes firing at Tarzan Goto. Tag on Ed Maddox, a youngster who is just getting started. Good off there.
Maddox, good move. Put Goto to the mat, but now Goto comes back with a right hand. He hammers him. Picks him up. Head into the turnbuckle. Akio Sato. What a chop. Wow. Maddox.
One thing it's hard for a youngster to learn, Dave, and he learns it the hard way. When you go against guys this tough and this kind of reputation in there, you do something to him. You can't stand and admire your handiwork, brother. You better add something on top of it. It's the only way you'll ever... here comes the mystery man from the Far East. Boy, and look at that whirling round kick. He nails Maddox, puts him down. Kabuki.
Kabuki was about to chop the referee there till he looked and saw who he was. He was just had that arm ready to swing at anybody that stepped in between him. Maddox fighting back. Look out. Great Kabuki drops him down to the mat.
Boy, he waist-locked him, and Maddox didn't know which direction he was going. He faked him with him up in the air, faked him one way, and then slammed him down on the other side. Here comes Goto again. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Get David Johnson. He hadn't been in there, and David's fresh. Here he comes.
David Johnson, the smallest man of the seven involved in the match, if you include Tojo Yamamoto. David in there against Tarzan Goto. Goto using that tough head of his. He picks Johnson up now. And a great Kabuki up on the middle rope. Drops down. This might be it. 1, 2, and 3. 2 minutes, 28 seconds the time. Akio Sato, Tarzan Goto, and the great Kabuki get the victory.
Well, each one of the opponents had one little go at it in there, and Kabuki finished him off as he came off the rope. Nailed David Johnson, got a 1, 2, 3. And the winners, again, as Dave said, Sato Goto and the great Kabuki. More action, back to it in just a moment.
Russell. Okay, baby, it's time to talk. Jerry Lawler, I just want to say one thing to you. I know you're listening out there. I guess food poisoning did what you couldn't do, brother. It kept me away from the ring. But let me talk about the downtown connection here, the brotherhood. The good, the bald, and the ugly. But looks ain't everything. We're talking about wrestling ability. We're talking about getting fired up. We're talking about pandemonium in a square circle, okay? We're talking about the meanest, most awesome, baddest tag team in the history of the square circle, in the history of professional wrestling. Let me talk to you about this man right here. This man right here beat Jerry the Queen Lawler in the the center of the ring, baby. We're talking about 1, 2, 3. His palsy-walsy Eddie Mullen threw a towel in over the top rope because he knew very well that there's no way Lawler could defeat this man any more than Lawler could defeat me, because Lawler is nothing. He is nothing when it comes to the downtown connection, okay? Let me talk to you about the Memphis Vice. Let me tell you something, wherever you're at. Bryant and Winston, I know you're listening somewhere, you Marlboro smoking, blonde-haired, dye-headed geek, and you brown clown Charlie Brown. You ain't nothing, and I tell you what, we can beat you not only once, but twice in any 15 minutes. I'll tell you something, you two goofballs. Hey, forget about it. These two can squash you anywhere, anytime, any place. And there's no way I'm going back to 42 Kane Boulevard without at least $500,000 in my back pocket, baby doll. Oh, yeah, baby.
You may be $5,000 richer when that match comes up in the future about beating them twice. Hey, you got the ring right up here, and we would be delighted to see you two gladiators in the ring. Downtown Bruno, Big Bubba, and Goliath, Dave. Hey, they got a big one going against them today, too.
Yeah, they do. They got the Freezer, William the Freezer in there out of Arkansas, along with Mike Murphy. And this match, all right. Underway here, one fall, 10-minute time limit match. It's a mismatch when you look at it as far as size is concerned. I mean, come on, you got Big Bubba and Goliath on one side at a total of 821 pounds. And the two of them on the other side weigh at 498. Most of the weight is on the man that's in there right now, the Freezer.
William Thompson picked up in here. Can you believe as big as Thompson is that Goliath was able to scoop him up and slam him down? That just shows you and let me tell you, the Freezer is a huge guy.
He is. He's every bit at 270. Matter of fact, I'm not sure he doesn't weigh just a little bit more than that. William Thompson out of Arkansas, and in there now, Memphian Mike Murphy out of Memphis, Tennessee.
That's Bubba.
Yeah, look at Bubba. Drops right down on him. Left him. Just turned and left him, went to the corner. Tag Goliath. Now he picks him up.
What now? Oh,
backbreaker over Goliath's knee. Goliath just jumps in right there. Sits down with that big leg.
And that is a big leg.
Does it again. All 414 pounds of Goliath with a cover and a count of 3. And this match is over in a minute, 22 seconds, 1:22. And the winners of the match, Big Bubba, Goliath, and their manager, Downtown Bruno.
Yeah, you got it. And there's the Freezer helping Mike Murphy out. Boy, they squashed Mike in there. He'll be a little thinner and a little taller the way those two guys came down. Yeah, he's okay. They're getting him back now to the dressing room. Big Bubba, Goliath. Woof. Big, mean team. They are large. All right, come on, Jonathan. Now, wait a minute. Keep the key. I'm not going to get over there.
Hey, Jeff Jarrett, there's some explosive matches coming up with me and the Jets and you and your buddies. But it's not finished. It's not finished, Jeff Jarrett. You understand that? It'll never be finished as long as you're in the bloody area. Hey, this here will get you sooner or bloody later. You understand that? This is what's going to get you. I'm going to have it ringside with me, Jeff Jarrett, and in that explosive match, I'm going to take you out, and I'm going to put this snake right around your bloody neck, and that snake will strangle you. Do you understand that? Jeff Jarrett, I'm talking to you. You have embarrassed me. Your grandfather's cost me bloody money, and I'm going to tell you, it ends right there. Right there. There is the Princess of Darkness, and you might as well look at the Prince of Darkness here, because the rest of your life, it's going to be one type of down beneath. If you understand what I mean, Yank, that's right. The Princess of Darkness is going to get you, Jeff Jarrett.
That's the place to take him, is right on out of here. Man, you got to be crazy. That son of a gun is 8 feet long, if he's an inch long, a Burmese python, and he's out here bringing Oh, thank you, Tojo. I might wish the same thing for you, too.
I want to tell you, Jared, you and your retarded team, I tell you what, this is an explosive match, and I tell you we're going to get you because everywhere, any place the 4 count, right? And outside the parking lot, any place. And I tell you, Jared, you better get your team ready for our Japanese Imperial. Also, Boyd's going to join us.
Okay, well, we heard it. I've heard all that before, and we'll just see how it comes out. We're going to take time out now, and we will be back. Evansville, Wednesday night at the Coliseum. Dandy match. I'm telling you what, you look down these. Hey, start off with, we're talking about a coal miner's glove match. It's going to be something else. There's going to be 6 full matches in there, and you'll want to see when Jeff Jarrett and Jonathan Boyd get going at glove up on top of that pole, Jeff.
That's right, Lance. You've seen a couple of our matches with Jonathan Boyd, and usually he pulls a little metal thing out and down in his glove. Well, this time, Boyd, it's all legal. The pole and the glove's up on top of the pole, and it's going to be all legal. And Boyd, I don't think you can get up that pole because you're too fat and too ugly. And when I get that glove, boy, I'm going to make your face even uglier.
Ooh, that's going to be a hard task right there.
Explosive match, Lance. You know,
you're in that Billy where balls count anywhere.
Anywhere. They got a big balcony up there.
They do.
We may just take all of them up there, and it'd be funny if one of them fell off from there, and we pin them right there.
It'll count if it happens that way. I'll tell you, concession stand anywhere. Now, in addition to that, you're going to see downtown Bruno's large men, Goliath and Big Bubba. They think it's going to be easy with the King and Big Lou Winston of the Memphis Vice.
You know, that's what they get for thinking. That's what happens when you do something you're not used to, buddy.
Right.
Now, let me tell you something, Big Blubber and, what's this, Goliath? When we get our hands on you, we're going to cut you down to size. Yeah, you're big and you're bad, but they can be had, Lance. And this guy right here has got the name Big tacked onto the front of his name, too. Big Lou Winston. And you're talking about, what do they call him, some Pittsburgh connection?
Yeah.
You know, that city stinks just like the 3 of you. And you're looking right here at the Memphis connection, and we're going to do a number on you, jerk.
Lou, this is going to be your kind of fight.
You're right, Lance. Big Blubber, you got a lot of trouble on your hand, brother, when you face the Memphis connection, baby. You got a lot of trouble. Goliath, downtown Bruno, trouble, baby. That's all I can say, Lance. The Memphis connection.
This man has been in a little of it and created a lot more. I think you're going to be interested to see Big Lou and the King get in there together, and downtown may have some problems on his hands he doesn't expect. See it all Wednesday night. Or make it a 6-man match. The second 6-man match is going to be in. We'll be looking at a brand new team. Two characters in here with a team called the Headhunters. First look at them. Coming over right now, Pat Tanaga, Jeff Jarrett, Billy Travis.
We got a big night coming up, you know.
I know you do. You got that explosive match falls count anywhere.
This is the first one I've been in, Lance. The explosive match falls count anywhere. It'll be exciting. I got all the eggs in one basket. I got the Japs and Jonathan Boyd. Lance, I'm looking out for all of them, and I'll get them.
Well, you got some doggone good partners in Billy Travis, Pat Tanaga, and Paul Diamond. You're going to have a rough.
Ooh, you know, for the people who stand up in the upper bleachers tonight, you know, in Memphis, we may take them up there, Lance, because we're going to beat them to death.
Okay. We'll be looking for it. You got action coming up in the ring, Pat. And I got to tell you, while they won't log as many years' experience as a lot of teams, I will promise you that they're as entertaining and as quick as you can possibly imagine. We're ready to go, David.
This match is going to be a 6-man tag team match. Goes to the expiration of time, and over here at the table downtown Bruno. Let's get the introductions out of the way here, if you don't mind. 6-man tag team match. Expiration of time. On one side of the ring, it is the team of the Headhunters, Keith Robertson and Mike James, with their partner Keith Eric. They weigh in at 677 pounds. And across the way, Pat Tanaka, who will be starting the match, Jeff Jarrett, and Billy Travis. The match to the expiration of time. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Well, hey, let me tell you something about these guys up here. What you got is Pat Tanaka, who's a wannabe kabuki, and you got Jeff Jarrett and Billy Travis, who want to be the fabulous ones, except they ain't as good. They ain't saying much as the fabulous ones ain't that good anyway, so what we got is 3 punks against the Headhunters and my buddy in there, who are probably going to kill him, murder him, and beat all over him. And look at that cheating right to the throat. This guy don't know how to do nothing but cheat, this Pat Tanaka. And I'll tell you something, he better not ever come up against my downtown connection. He's going to be in for a rude awakening, baby. just got enough of the long-haired geek. And here comes this bleach blonde, bottle blonde goofball off the top rope, which is illegal in this state, this country, this universe. And now he's going to get what's coming to him. Here comes the headhunter, baby. Here comes the headhunter. Oh, yeah.
Downtown, what are you doing out here except knocking people and putting people down?
Hey, I'm doing what I do best, baby. That's being downtown Brooklyn, 42 Kane Boulevard, baby, Pittsburgh, PA. Look at this illegal double team tactic. And this punk here with the baby blue shorts in there cheating with his buddy in his red long johns. Now look at this guy. He's probably going to do something else stupid. Well, I tell you what, that was pretty close to the throat. Very close to the throat. And he's lucky that he didn't beat him there because I think I would have got a hold of the headhunters and had them sue the living heck out of this Billy Travis goofball.
Yeah. What'd he say? Billy Travis makes a tag on Pat Tanaka, Keith Robertson.
Get out of the ring, Lance Russell. Why don't you get out of the ring?
Hey, he's out of the ring for crying out loud.
Long enough.
Yeah, you're a fine one to talk about breaking rules.
Hey. I'm the best looking guy in town, too. Don't forget it.
Oh, boy. Mike James coming in there. Our first look at James.
Look, why don't one of them get out of the ring? Look at the cheating pop.
Well, I think he must have heard you, Bruno. He just left.
I know he's scared to do it.
Mike James.
Union suit there.
James caught with another big drop kick. 1, 2, 3. He got it. Tell that to him.
He holds the tight, He holds the tight. Hey, I'm getting out of here. I can't take no more of this cheating.
Thank you. I think we'll all second that, third it, and fourth it, too. They came up with a good victory in the first fall of action. We'll have to check our time and see whether we have any more for it or not. What was the time on that?
3 minutes, 37 seconds.
Let us take time out, and we'll be back in a moment. Good-looking team, boy. I'll tell you for a fact they are.
They got that win rather nicely, too, as a matter of fact. Earlier today, we had Rock and Roll RPMs in here. They came in with a chip on their shoulder. They are upset. They were going against the Bryant brothers, Randy and Robert, today, and Rock and Roll RPMs won it in a little over 3 minutes. Then it was Boy Tony and Tony Burton stepping in against the Memphis Vice, Big Lou and Jerry Bryant. They were upset, Memphis Vice, that they had lost several matches recently by disqualification when people interfered. Well, today they won it by disqualification when Big Bubba jumped in there on the side of Boy Tony and Tony Burton. So Memphis Vice get the victory today by disqualification. Great Kabuki, Sato, Goto teaming up to go against Jamison Johnson and Maddox. They get the